Disney World, the happiest place on earth. It is known all over the world to be a very family-friendly theme park. Since it's so family-friendly, many people don't expect to see any intense attractions. While most of the rides are pretty tame, the resort offers thrill rides that'll have you screaming. These are the most intense rides at Disney World. Number 5. Space Mountain. Space Mountain is a fast indoor roller coaster. First opened in 1975, it is one of the oldest attractions in Disney World. Space Mountain is supposed to be like you're in a rocket ship traveling through space. It takes place indoors to mimic the darkness of space. The ride is a bit bumpy and its turns are pretty sharp, so it feels like you're being flung around. Because it's so dark, a lot of the dips and turns are unexpected, so they take you by surprise. This all makes the ride experience a bit intense for a lot of people. Number 4. Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is more than just your typical log ride. It takes you on a journey, and it tells you a story that is fun yet suspenseful, but has a happy ending. The ride really doesn't seem that scary, especially when you watch POVs on YouTube. But don't let all that fool you. It's a little intimidating. First of all, as you're approaching the big drop, the atmosphere changes. The chain lift pulls you up and leads you into darkness. There are vultures lingering as they await your impending doom. As you reach the top, you get a great view of Magic Kingdom Park. Then, before you know it, you're falling down a 52 feet drop. Oh, and there's a high chance you'll get really wet. The drop is only around 50 feet, but it somehow feels much longer and it feels much steeper when you're actually going down it. The ride is currently set to be rethemed. It will be based on the movie Princess and the Frog. The new attraction will be called Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Although the theme of the attraction will be changed, the ride experience will stay the same, so you won't miss out on any thrills. Number 3. Expedition Everest. Expedition Everest is a roller coaster over at Animal Kingdom. It was once the most expensive roller coaster ever built. Based on the ride experience, you can pretty much see why. It's a literal mountain with a train going through it. Oh, and legend has it, there's a vicious man-eating, bloodthirsty Yeti that presides over the mountain. Your journey begins by boarding a train that climbs up the mysterious Mount Everest. Ahead, you see train tracks that have been ripped apart. The train goes into reverse, and you're moving backwards at a high speed and in total darkness. Once again, the train comes to a halt. You look up to see the shadow of the Yeti as he tears up more train tracks. Your train then speeds forward, and then you plunge down an 80-foot drop. This drop is quite terrifying. In fact, it is the biggest roller coaster drop in all of Disney World. You will likely feel your stomach lift. This journey is definitely not for the weak. Number 2. Rock'n Roller Coaster. Rock'n Roller Coaster is currently the only roller coaster at Disney World that goes upside down. It has a total of 3 inversions. The intensity of this attraction happens right at the beginning. The ride starts off with a launch that takes riders from 0 to 57 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. Because this launch is so fast and so sudden, it literally takes you by surprise. You may also feel your stomach lift. Not to mention, right after the launch, you're immediately upside down, already going through their first inversion. The ride kind of feels like you're an astronaut being launched into outer space. After you get over that initial launch, the ride is pretty tame. Number 1. Tower of Terror. With a name like Tower of Terror, it makes sense as to why this ride is considered to be the most scariest attraction in all of Disney World. The ride is based off the TV series The Twilight Zone, so you already know that it's about to be terrifying. The theme of this attraction is that it's supposed to be an abandoned 1930s hotel, which is also haunted. You walk through the hotel's lobby where you see everything is covered in cobwebs. So I guess now we all agree to check into this hotel, because why not? When you finally get to the elevator, you are then seated inside of it by a hotel clerk. You think this is just an ordinary elevator since it was actually designed by the Otis Elevator Company. But instead of it taking you to the correct floor, you are taken into the 5th dimension. On your way there, you will see illusions of ghosts. Tensions continue to build as your elevator makes its way to an elevator shaft. Once you're there, that's when the intensity begins. Your elevator suddenly drops down. Then it's pulled back up repeatedly at very high speeds. In fact, you don't really experience a drop. You're actually being pulled down so that it's faster than a free fall. You will feel every ounce of this in your body, especially your gut. It doesn't matter how old you are, how big, small, Tower of Terror will scare anyone. So, those are the 5 most scariest and intense rides in Disney World. What rides do you think are the most scariest? Did this list nail it? You may comment your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Bye.